There is a silent killer in your room right now. It isn't a person, and it isn't a disease. It's a cognitive glitch that has been hardwired into your brain since the Stone Age. It's the reason why 92% of people fail their New Year's resolutions by February, and why you feel exhausted even when you've done nothing all day. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you that dopamine ghost, a psychological phenomenon that the world's most successful people use to stay ahead, while everyone else is left behind in a fog of procrastination. If you've ever felt like you're waiting for the right moment to start your life, this video is for you. Section 1, The Myth of Motivation. We've been lied to. We're told that motivation is a spark, something that arrives like a lightning bolt. But psychology tells us the opposite. Motivation is not the cause of action, it is the result of it. When you wait to feel ready, you are actually experiencing a biological defense mechanism called the resistance. Your brain is trying to save calories. It thinks that starting that new business or hitting the gym is a threat to your survival. To beat it, we have to use a technique called micromomentum. The 2-minute rule. The science of tricking your brain's threat detector, and why tiny starts create unstoppable momentum. Here's what nobody tells you about TikTok brain: it hasn't made you lazy. It's made you hypersensitive to activation cost. The bigger a task feels before you start it, the more your amygdala treats it like a predator. But psychologist Bluma Zygarnik discovered something extraordinary: the moment you begin, everything changes. Your brain shifts from threat mode to tracking mode. 2 minutes. That's all it takes to cross the biological threshold between resistance and momentum. Let me give you the most embarrassingly simple technique that has changed more lives than any productivity app on the market. It's called the gym shoe trick. The rule is this: you are not allowed to decide whether to work out. You are only allowed to decide whether to put on your shoes. That's it. Just the shoes. Because here's what happens: once your shoes are on, the activation cost of going to the gym is basically zero. Researchers have found that over 80% of people who simply put on their workout gear end up completing a full session. The shoes weren't the workout. The shoes were the 2-minute start. And the 2-minute start did the rest. Writers have known this secret for centuries. Every great author, every one of them, has had days where they stared at a blank page and felt nothing. And every one of them learned the same trick: write one sentence. Not a good sentence. Not a clever sentence. Just any sentence. The worst sentence you've ever written. Because the moment that cursor moves, something shifts in your brain. The Zygarnik effect kicks in, the task is now open, and your brain refuses to let it go. You'll write a second sentence. Then a third. Then you'll look up and it'll be 2 hours later and you'll have written more than you thought was possible. The blank page is not your enemy. The unopened document is. Environmental design. Willpower is a limited fuel. Your environment is a renewable energy source. Design it right and discipline becomes automatic. Researchers at Cornell made an uncomfortable discovery: the choices you think you're making freely, you're not. They rearranged a cafeteria: same food, same people, same day, and healthy choices shot up by 35%. No discipline required. No motivation speech. Just a different arrangement of the room. This is environmental design. And it means that the single highest leverage thing you can do today isn't to try harder. It's to redesign what you see when you walk into the room. Here is a fact that should make you uncomfortable. A study out of the University of Texas found that having your phone on your desk, even face down, even silent, even powered off, measurably reduces your available cognitive capacity. Not because you're using it. Just because it exists in your field of vision. Your brain is quietly devoting background processing power to resisting the urge to check it. So the single highest ROI habit change available to you right now isn't a morning routine or a cold shower. It's moving your phone to a different room when you work. That's it. One physical decision. And your brain gets back hours of stolen focus every single day. Here's my favorite environmental design hack: and it takes about 3 seconds to implement. Every morning, when you make your bed, place the book you want to read on top of your pillow. Not on the nightstand. On the pillow. Because when you come to bed that night, you physically cannot ignore it. You have to move it. And in that moment of picking it up, the activation cost of reading drops to almost zero. You've already got it in your hands. You might as well read a page. And you will. Because your environment made the decision for you before your tired, decision-fatigued evening brain had a chance to choose Netflix instead. Done over perfect. Perfectionism isn't high standards. It's a sophisticated avoidance strategy, and neuroscience proves it. There's a famous story about a ceramics professor who split his class in two. One half, make as many pots as possible. The other half, make one perfect pot. You'd think the perfect pot group would win. They didn't. The quantity group made better pots, because doing is how you get good. Your brain learns through feedback loops, not through planning sessions. Every time you ship something imperfect, you get data. Every time you wait to be perfect, you get nothing but a louder inner critic. I want you to think about every creator you follow who built a massive audience. Now I want you to go back and watch their first video. Go ahead, I'll wait. Because I promise you, it's terrible. Shaky camera. Bad lighting. Cringe energy. The version of them you admire today only exists because they posted that terrible first video anyway. The algorithm doesn't reward perfection, it rewards frequency. And more importantly, your skills don't improve from planning, they improve from doing. Every reel you don't post because it isn't quite right is a data point you don't collect, a feedback loop that doesn't run, a skill that doesn't compound. The creator posting 3 imperfect videos a week will lap you every single time. Ship the thing. Learn from reality. Make the next one better. But here is the catch. Knowledge without application is just another form of procrastination. You watching this video right now? This is the easy part. The hard part starts the second you close this tab. I have a challenge for you. Don't subscribe. Don't even like this video yet. Instead, go do the one thing you've been putting off for just 5 minutes. If you do that, come back and let me know in the comments. That is how we build a community of doers, not just dreamers. If you have made it this far, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more stories like this one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next deep dive.